What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chiefs Chat. Today we're doing the Chiefs versus Broncos game preview. Week 17, okay, closing in on the end of the regular season. Okay, it's been a great one so far for the Chiefs. You know, right now we've got a 12-3 record. Number 2 seed in the AFC. You know, we want to try to get to that number 1 seed. You know, it's going to be all up to the Bengals this week, so that's going to be a game to watch. But closing in on a fantastic regular season. And when you really look at it, our final 2 opponents, okay, we've got the Broncos in week 17, and we've got the Raiders in week 18. And it seems like both those teams are kind of imploding right now. It's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting to see. You know, from a Chiefs fan, it's very entertaining to watch, okay? The Raiders are benching Derek Carr. It looks like he's not coming back. I mean, that's a whole nother situation. I'll definitely get into that next week, but kind of a crazy situation right there for the Raiders. And as for the Broncos, Russell Wilson, he's not playing too well. You know, Russell Wilson cannot cook. You know, he's showing that he cannot, okay? It's kind of in a meme, you know, everybody's like, oh, will Russ finally cook? Can Russ cook, you know? And he's not. He's not cooking at all, you know? Get him out of the kitchen. He's terrible. And as for the rest of the team, it's not looking good, okay? We saw Jerry Jeudy throw an absolute tantrum on the sideline during the Chiefs game. He got a massive fine for that. And on top of that, you know, it's not looking good for the coaching staff. Nathaniel Hackett can't even finish his first season as the Broncos head coach. He's fired. He's gone. And the guy who's come in to replace him was a guy that Nathaniel Hackett hired. So that should tell you all you need to know about the guy. You know, I don't even know his name, but that's what I do know about him. So, you know, it's not going to be good for the Broncos, I don't think, you know. First time this guy is coaching a team, you know, being the head coach of an NFL team. You know, Russell Wilson not playing too well. You know, the offensive linemen are absolutely livid. Okay, they're shoving players on the sideline. Not good stuff. Not good stuff from the Broncos. But like I said, it's been very entertaining to watch. Especially considering the fact that people were looking at this Broncos team like, oh man, they're going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC West this season. Like, are you guys serious? I mean, this is absurd. People were predicting them to go, you know, 12-5, 11-6, number 1 in the AFC West. You know, it's just not sure what happened there, buddy. You know, looks like they're not doing good whatsoever. Last I checked, they're actually last in the AFC West. So that one did not turn out too well for you know, those of you out there who predicted the Broncos to win the AFC West. You know, because it's Chiefs, man. It was always gonna be the Chiefs, and it's been the Chiefs for 7 straight seasons. You know, it's just not smart for you to predict anybody else, man. Especially when we've got the same core: Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. We've got those guys, okay? Yeah, we lost Tyreek Hill. Everybody kind of freaked out about it, but we're still here, okay? And now I think it's just time to clean up. You know, it's cleanup time. It's time to put the nail in the coffin for the Broncos and the Raiders here, because, you know, 2 teams very hopeful at the beginning of the season. 2 teams that thought we might be competing for playoff spots. But here we go, man. At the end of the day, it's Chiefs. It's Chiefs all day in the AFC West. You know, and it's time to, you know, throw a little bit of salt in the wound. It's time to add a little bit of insult to injury here for these 2 teams, because we are going to show them, you know, we already did once this season, but here we go twice. Once again, we're going to show the Broncos and the Raiders who's boss. And it's the Chiefs. You know, for as long as Patrick Mahomes, Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, as long as those guys are on the squad, it's going to be the Chiefs. You know, we are the squad to beat in the AFC West, and there's no doubt about it. So it's going to be a good game for the Chiefs. It should be an interesting game for the Chiefs. I'm excited for it. Arrowhead Stadium, you know, New Year's Day, kicking off the New Year's with a win. What better way to do it, man? And I know I talked a little bit about this in my last video, but I think the goal here should be to keep our players healthy. You know, we've got 2 very easy opponents in our next 2 weeks and heading into the playoffs, which we have already clinched our spot, obviously. So we need to be healthy, 100%. You know, that's no question. Shouldn't even be, you know, there shouldn't even be another priority right now. We got to focus on staying healthy, Patrick Mahomes especially. Okay, you know, Chris Jones, our stars on defense, L'Jarius Sneed, Nick Bolton, these guys need to be healthy. okay, and Travis Kelce, of course. You know, we just got to stay healthy, man. Got to stay healthy. That should be the #1 priority. And you know what? I say if there's about, you know, let's say we're halfway through the third quarter, you know, we're winning by 4 touchdowns, let's sit the starters, you know, because at that point, that game is almost 100% in the bag. You know, I know it's the NFL, you know, you can't really predict anything, you know, it just seems like, you know, we saw a couple weeks ago the freaking, the Minnesota Vikings come back down 33-0, so you can't really predict what's going to happen, but I just think, you know, it's just, the way that the win probability will be at that point in the game, it's just, it's not worth it. You know, it's extremely unlikely that the Broncos are going to do anything at that point in the game. So I just think we got to prioritize our players. You know, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, we need to stay healthy because we're not going to, you know, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to say that we've secured the first round bye, even if the Chiefs win this week and the Bengals lose, or sorry, the Bengals beat the Bills. Even if that is the case, you know, it's just, we're not going to be able to say after this week that we secured the first round bye. So we're going to be, you know, bringing our starters out for this week and next week, unfortunately, because, you know, there are some years where we've secured that first round bye and we're able to sit our starters, but it's not the case this week. Okay, it's not the case this year. It's not going to be the case this season because the Bills, they're on our tail, unfortunately. It's sad. It's the way it is. So with all that being said, man, go Bengals. Go Bengals, man. I'm the biggest Bengals fan there is right now. You know, going up against the Bills. Obviously, huge playoff implications, not only for them, but for the Chiefs. Because if the Bengals beat the Bills, that means the Chiefs move into the #1 seed in the AFC, which we all need right now, desperately. You know, having the #1 seed in the NFL playoffs, it's the biggest advantage you could possibly get. Okay, because not only do you get that #1 seed, you know, which means you don't have to play during the wild card round, but you get to play the worst team that somehow makes it out of the wild card round, which is just a giant advantage. It's so huge for the Chiefs, man. And we saw last season, man, you know, having to fight through that wild card round is tough. You know, we did absolutely crush the Steelers, but, you know, it would have been nice to get an extra week of rest, you know, and rolling in to play the Buffalo Bills. You know, that's not an easy task. So it's so important that we get that number one seed in the AFC, and we need the Bengals to come through because there's almost an 100% chance we beat the Raiders and the Broncos in our final 2 weeks. So as long as the Bengals lose once, we're golden, man. And we need the Bengals to pull through this week, okay? We absolutely need the Bengals to beat the Bills so we can secure that #1 seed. So that's the game that's the game I should just be talking about, straight up, you know? Chiefs versus Broncos, that's going to be an easy win for the Chiefs, obviously, but this is the game of the week. You know, this might be the game that we need to propel us to that #1 seed. So let's go Bengals, man. You guys beat us. You guys beat the Chiefs. Now go out and beat the Bills, man. I know you guys are a good team. Just do it. Handle business. Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, Jamar Chase. You guys, I know what you guys are capable of. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. You guys, just go out and do your thing, man. Go out, do your thing, score touchdowns, beat Josh Allen, because we need it. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next Chiefs chat. Go Bengals. Peace out.